even though the broadcast isn't. Oh, all right. Good morning, everyone. I call to order the April 4th special meeting of the University of Minnesota Board of Regents. I'd like to thank everyone joining us in the boardroom, of which there are 3 individuals here, and via live stream. We also have several, meaning all of my colleagues, regents, President Cunningham, and the Twin Cities Athletic Director, Mark Coyle, joining us virtually, along with, I think, Julie Tonneson is there, and also Council Mr. Goldsmith. Is that right, as I'm seeing it? Okay, so long and short, everybody's virtual except for me. The only item on our agenda today is to review and act on the appointment and the employment agreement of Niko Medved as the head men's basketball coach for the Twin Cities campus. Athletic Director Coyle, if you could take us through the appointment and the employment agreement.
Yeah, good morning, Chair Mayron and members of the board, and thank you for taking time. First, I would like to recognize and thank President Cunningham for her leadership and support during this transition on this important decision for the University of Minnesota Athletics program. She's been absolutely awesome to work with and has been a huge advocate for our student athletes and coaches, so we're very grateful for her support. I also want to make sure I recognize Doug Peterson, Neil Goldsmith, and Brent Bedroom from the Office of General Counsel. They've been incredibly helpful as we work to get the MOU in place and then to get the formal agreement in place for your approval today. I also want to make sure that I, again, thank all of you, the Board of Regents, for taking time to have the special meeting to approve this contract, hopefully today. I can't tell you how excited I am to welcome Coach Medved, his wife Erica, and their 2 daughters, Allie and Taylor, back to Minnesota. He has been a head coach for 12 years. At each one of his stops, he's had incredible success. He's been to the NCAA tournament 3 of the past 4 years. At Colorado State. When he took his first head coaching job at Furman, they started out at 9 wins and 21 losses, and when he left, they finished at 23 wins, 11 losses. During his time at Colorado State, when he started, they were 12 and 20, and when they finished this past year, they finished 26 and 10, and were a last-second shot away from going to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, which I'm at the Final Four in San Antonio right now at the men's Final Four. But again, we're just very grateful to have Niko here as our head coach. As you all know, he has his undergraduate and his graduate degree from the University of Minnesota Twin Cities, so that's an added benefit. And as you all saw in the materials, we have proposed a 6-year contract for Coach Medved. His base salary will start out at $3 million, and that will escalate each year. In addition, we have buyout language should he leave or should we terminate the agreement. That has been consistent with our current contracts and contracts that we've done in the past. So with that, I'm happy to take any questions or defer to Doug if you all have any legal questions regarding the contract.
I think what we will do, thank you very much, Athletic Director Coyle. I think what we will do is take a motion and then we can open it up for discussion and any questions that the regents may have. Is there a motion to approve the contract for Coach Medved?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Then at this point, I will open it up for discussion. Any discussion or questions that any of my colleagues have regarding the proposed employment agreement? Regent Wheeler?
Yeah, thank you very much, Janie. I too, I'm fully supportive of this agreement. I think, and I understand the timeliness of this. I think we got an exceptional candidate, so fully supportive of approving this. That said, I'm just questioning whether we should look at governance process changes so that we can reflect the timeliness of these decisions need to be made. So I would, when it's, I know how quickly Mark has to act on these things and President Cunningham, I want to make sure that the board doesn't look like an after the fact thing now that there's a press conference, a press release, introductions, hiring of assistant coaches. This looks after the fact. So The only question I have is whether we can take this to governance committee to see if we can find a process that acts as quickly as the university needs to in situations like this.
Thank you for those comments. I will just say, at least in my experience, this is a question that has come up in the past in terms of how this process works and the timing of our approval, but it certainly can be referred to the governance committee to see if we can do it in a better way, taking into account the comments you've made, Regent Wheeler. Thank you. Regent Turner.
Thank you, Chair Maron. My question or my ask of Athletic Director Coyle, just because we're live streamed and I know what my morning paper is going to look like. Can you reiterate for our wide audience just how the whole money thing works as far as like this coach's salary comes from the proceeds from the athletic? It's not something that comes from tuition or that kind of thing. You know, keeping in mind whether we'll get anything from the state or not, again, is debatable. And so that people realize that, you know, I think I'm correct in saying like the proceeds from the football, men's football, the hockey and the basketball basically pay for all the athletic programs for all of our university campuses is the way I'm understanding. If I have that incorrect, please tell me. But I just thought if you could just reiterate about that so that, not that they will necessarily write this in the paper, but we can have it on video at least. I'd appreciate that.
Thank you, Regent Turner. Athletic Director Coyle or Vice President Tonneson, that might be something you wish to address, but in any event, why don't I start with Athletic Director Coyle about how the salaries for coaches gets funded, and then and if Vice President Tonneson wants to jump in as well, or others, to make sure everybody understands where the money comes from for these salaries.
Chair Maron, thank you, and Regent Turner, thank you for your question. As you all know, I've been here at Minnesota for, I'm finishing my 9th year as the athletic director, and one thing that the board has made clear and the campus has made clear is that we have to be fiscally responsible for all of our decisions, and we appreciate that guidance and that structure. And Regent Turner, you're 100% correct. We have 3 sports that generate all the revenue for our department: football, men's basketball, and men's hockey, and that revenue is generated through contracts, sponsorships, ticket sales, donations, etc. So this salary is fully funded by our operating dollars that we generate through our sports program. So that's how we cover this contract and all of our employment agreements with our coaches.
Anybody, Vice President Tonneson, do you want to add anything in this regard?
The only thing I would add, Chair Mayron, members of the committee, is that the university support that is directly provided to athletics does not support the operations as Athletic Director Coyle mentioned. It supports some scholarships for students and a portion of their overhead operating costs, meaning that the costs we assign them for a portion of our time, a portion of the president's time, and so forth. It does not support their direct operations or any of their salaries.
Does that answer your question, Regent Turner?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Regent Hitch.
Thank you, Chair Maron. I just want to go on record and say congratulations to Athletic Director Coyle and President Cunningham. This appears to be the perfect fit for Minnesota, and I know the people that I talked to out here are really excited about the pick, and we're really excited for good things to come for the men's basketball program. So great job. Thank you.
Regent Farnsworth. Regent Farnsworth, are you? We cannot hear you if you are speaking.
Just a minute. I think he's trying to.
What about now?
Now we can hear you.
All right, my apologies. Let's try that again. Yes, thank you, Chair Mayron, and just want to offer my welcome and congratulations to our new coach, to his family, and look forward to welcoming them to Minnesota. I guess they've already got started, but welcoming them to the Go for Sports family, and also want to thank Regent Wheeler for her comments about governance processes around board consideration of these contracts and just how we move through this process as a board. It's something that I've been kind of interested in and paying attention to since starting, I think, for our 2021 class. Our first meeting was a special, as Regents, was a special meeting to hire our previous men's basketball coach in April of 2021, and have always thought about process around there and wondered how it works at other institutions and what might work best for the University of Minnesota. So thank you, Regent Wheeler. Looking forward to hopefully being able to explore that as we move forward. And again, welcome our new coach to Minnesota. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Regent Farnsworth. Any other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, then what we are going to do is we are going to vote via roll call because our quorum basically is all on a screen and not here in the horseshoe. So Executive Director Steves, if you could please call the roll.
On the appointment and employment agreement, Regent Davenport.
Yes.
Regent Davenport votes yes. Regent Farnsworth.
Yes.
Regent Farnsworth votes yes. Regent Gully is absent. Regent Hipsch.
Yes.
Regent Hipsch votes yes. Regent Ruth Johnson is absent. Regent Tad Johnson.
Yes.
Regent Tad Johnson votes yes. Regent Kenyanya.
Yes.
Regent Kenyanya votes yes. Regent Tayurabe is absent. Regent Turner.
Yes.
Regent Turner votes yes. Regent Verhalen.
Yes.
Regent Verhalen votes yes. Regent Wheeler.
Yes.
Regent Wheeler votes yes. Chair Mayron.
Yes.
Chair Mayron votes yes.
The motion carries with 9 yeses, 3 individuals are absent. So the motion is approved, and Coach Medved, wherever you are, welcome to the University of Minnesota. That concludes today's special meeting. Thank you much, everyone, for attending.